Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be swatching a brand new collection. Now, if you love doing aqua nails and you are fully enjoying the Glitter Aquarium kit, you're going to love this because these two, what a duo. So I've got a couple of things I want to show you guys. First of all, we have our brand new collection. So this is the Ocean Potion collection, and what this does is it actually changes our Ocean Drops solution. So you can have glittery nails that you want a boost of colour, and you've got 18 different colours in there. You also get with the collection a free sample of these. Now these are incredible. So these are my new splash mats, and they actually protect your worktop, but they are fully waterproof. So any mess you make with the inks or the solution or whatever you're using, it won't go through. I'm going to show you these in a minute. So it's really good if like you don't have the silicone mats or anything like that and you work directly on your desk and you don't want to ruin it. These are a really good option. So yeah, the Ocean Potion collection, we have 18 colors. So this has been designed so that you have literally all the colors you'll ever need. And yeah, look how cute the bottles are. So every potion you will recognize. And if you know me and you know I love Disney, then you'll get them. They're not all Disney, by the way. I did mix it up, you know. This one's old. This is really showing my age. If anybody knows this, let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'll be surprised actually. But yeah, if you know, you know. So we're going to actually be swatching all of these today. And we're going to be doing it on, or in, should I say. We're actually going to be doing it in my XXL large square nails. So we're going to be getting through probably a lot of the Ocean Drops solution. So I want to see how many nails we can get out of one bottle. These are the 100ml bottles. If you are new here, I do actually sell kits. Now, in this kit, you get everything you need for making glitter aqua nails. It's full of minis. So like this, for example, you'll get a 30ml. It works out a lot cheaper than if you are starting out and you just want to try glitter aqua nails rather than going in with the large bottles. So yeah, if you're new here, check that out. It's really good. I've had a lot of good reviews about that, and I've had a lot of beginners saying thank you, I can finally do aqua nails. So yeah, it's a really good kit. Guys, before we start, I have been testing a new nail glue. Excuse these nails. These nails are not great, okay? Lee asked me if I wanted to go out for dinner, and I had like 20 minutes to get ready. I didn't have time to paint any nice nails, so I just stuck these on. The nails aren't great. They will probably be chipping in a couple of days, but the glue, honestly, this is a frigging game changer, and it has a remover too, which is great. I can't wait to release this glue. So I have already made 17 tanks. Okay, I've pre-done them. But I am going to do one with you in case you guys are new here. I just wanted to really quickly show you these magnets because these stands are so strong. If you are used to these ones, you'll know how flimsy they can be and annoying, but these are next level. They're so strong. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that because I don't feel like I've really advertised these enough, and they're really handy. And you can hold quite a few nails on them. I mean, these are long, so we've only got 8, but yeah, they're really, really good. Okay, so let's crack on. I want a size 3 because I'm going to be wearing these for my promo video. Now we're going to be doing the 1 tip method for this, so we only need 1 tip. What you'll need is laminate sheet. You actually get 2 of these in the kit, or I do have pack of 10 you can also purchase. So we've got that. We need our seabed base gel. We grab a. I'm going to use my mini actually. Well, it's not really mini, but this is the one that you get in the Glitter Aquarium nail kit. So you get a 30 ml. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? What am I missing? Oh, my gloves. So these are my pink pearl disposable gloves. I'm actually using size extra small, but we've just sold out. So if you've got itty bitty hands like me, I have to just wait a little while. They should be back soon. And look how pretty they are. So a little tip before you start, if you grab yourself a palette, they're really handy for putting your laminate sheets on, so you're like not flat on the desk, because it kind of can be a bit tricky when it comes to your gel application. So yeah, I like to just give it a little bit of a platform, and then you can just put it on the edge like that. Just helps you peel it, kind of thing. So first thing you want to do is buff the back of that nail. This is so important because you want to get a nice adhesion onto the gel. And you don't need to do a lot. We're not filing. We're just literally trying to make that edge rough. It gives it more grip. You get one of these in the kit as well. You literally get everything in the kit. So yeah, they're really handy. Right. I'm going to pop that over there for a minute. And we're going to come back to our laminate sheet. So we're going to take Seabed Base Gel now. And this is literally going to be the foundation for the back. What you can do is, I'll just do this. Don't really need to mark it. You can if you want. About there. So another thing you get in the kit is the gel glide brush. So I'm just going to spread out that gel. As you can see, it's a lovely consistency. It will self-level. You guys see that? So what I'm doing is I'm making sure it is wider than the tip, okay? And longer. Let me check that. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. You guys, there we go. So as you can see, it is wider. If you're not sure, then just go even wider. Like that. You can see it all starting to self-level. So when I did the 17 other tips, I literally covered the whole laminate sheet in seabed based gel. So yeah, I do actually have a YouTube video if you guys want to check that out, how to do like loads at once. Right, okay. So now what we're going to do, we've got our nice rough edges here. I'm just going to give that a little wipe with these gloves. And I'm just going to lay that in the gel. Now I'm just going to gently let that submerge, and I'm going to lay my hand or finger on it, but I'm not pressing too hard because we don't want to pierce through the gel. Okay, so while that's still on the sheet, we're actually going to cap the end. We don't need to take it off the sheet. It's just pointless. you might as well do it while it's all together. So we're going to use Seal It gel for this, and you can actually decide which end you want to cap. I'm actually going to do the bottom of the nail, and I'm just going to squeeze the Seal It gel in just a bead like that. Just going to push that gel forward towards us. So we're making sure it is stuck to the front of the nail, and these corners are all covered. See that? Right, pop this in the lamp now. We don't need to worry about flash curing because that gel's not going anywhere. You can see how good that formula is. We're just going to focus on this corner here. See that? And we're just kind of sliding that gel away from the laminate sheet. Be careful when you do this part. Once you hit that area, you'll know and it will just pop off. And then you can just like that. And because we've already done the base, that is done. I find this the most secure way of doing these nails. Is that a hole or is that an overlap? Let me just check that. No, it's not. It's 2 layers of gel inside, so that's fine. But we will test it. We always test these nails first. So now we're going to pull the excess away like that. Now this will differ depending on how thick you have done your base. You can get a nice pull like that and it just comes off easy. If you do it thicker, it will be a little bit harder and you'll just have to use scissors like that. If you're doing it for clients, I recommend doing it thicker. So we're just going to file these little ends away. And when I'm filing, let me show you, this is the back, this is the front. When I'm filing or buffing, I'm going to the front, okay? Always to the front. We don't want to risk that popping off. Then let me grab a buffer. How easy was that? And once you master doing this, and you can do like a full sheet on one of my laminate sheets, you can just pre-make them. Like rather than making one, just pre-make like 18 like I did. And you can just keep them in a little case. And when you want them or need them, they're already done. So an extra step I'm actually going to do is, let me just grab one of our mermaid mops. So an extra step I'm actually going to do is cover the whole nail in top coat. And now I don't do this for the 2-tip method ever, but I always do it for the 1-tip method, and it just bonds it all. It just makes it extra secure. So we're going to stick the nail chest piece on that area, like that. And then we're going to go in with the famous glass slipper. Oh, glass slipper top coat. You guys rant and rave about this top coat. We have sold out 3 times already. So I'm literally just going to cover the whole nail, okay? The whole nail, except where that chest piece is. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And this is a great step if you're struggling with leaking, the back tearing, anything like that. Because you have to remember You'd usually paint something on this top layer anyway, wouldn't you? But because we're having it see-through, an extra layer of top coat is fine. I'm going to do the bottom as well. And I'm also going to flick it over and do the top. Now, I do say try and do this all in one. I know it would be easier to cure the front and then change the nail holder and do the back. That would be a lot easier. But we want the gel to bond together on these corners. So we're creating a complete case, you know, like a jacket surrounding the whole thing. Because if we was to do the front and then the back, that's fine, but we're going to have two areas that wasn't connected when they were wet. So it's just a safer option. Now I'm just going to quickly go over the front one more time because my bristles could have caused air bubbles around here, and I want that to be nice and smooth so you guys can see through it and see our Ocean Potion collection. Okay, look at that. I'm going to go in the lamp for a full cure now. Okay, so what shall we do? We've got so many here. Raft of the Living Dead. Do you guys know what that is? This one I showed you earlier. We have Shield Potion. This one's not actually a potion, but I just wanted to include something that looks a bit like Shrek. Is Eyeball Martini, I think it is. This one is the Gumberry Potion. Then we have this lovely orange, which is from Minecraft. I don't play it, but I wanted to add one. Extract of Llama. Then we have Mortal Potion. Then we have Happily Ever After. We have Honey. We have the Peddler's Disguise. The Life Potion. I used this one in my Alice in Wonderland set. I only used a tiny bit. It does go darker than that. We also have a white, which is really cool. I'm going to show you how to do lava lamp nails. So I'll show you the full use of the white. Then we have the Reliquary. I think I'm saying that right. Lemonade Potion. And then the last two we have is well, if you know, you know. And then the last one we have is the Cure, one of my favorite series in the world. So we are going to swatch all of these today so you can really see all the colors, and I'm going to show you a couple other things you can do with them too. I might have just rearranged the complete order so that we can do them in order and you can see all the difference. So I'm going to skip white just for now because I want to show you what we can do with that one at the end. So we're going to start with a Lemonade Potion. Now this is, as you can see from the colour band, a gorgeous yellow. Right, so we have our tank. I'm going to actually move this now because I want to use the hole. So I'm going to change the position and put it on the front of the nail. And you can put it anywhere really because that is the strength of a nail, so it doesn't really matter, whatever's comfortable for you. Now let me tell you, a little bit of this goes a very long way. And I do also have these little tiny bottles which are really, really useful if you want to kind of pre-make your color in advance. I'm not going to use it for all of them because I'm going to have 18 bottles sat around me, so I'm just going to show you though how easy it is to use. So we'll take our Ocean Drops solution and we'll just pop a bit in there, and then you can add in your colour. Now when I say you don't need a lot, but it does depend on how bright you want the colour. So you probably only have to buy the Ocean Potion collection once, and look at that, how cool is that? Now if you're wondering why you need this, because you can just paint the back of the nail yellow, right? Well, the point is, if you just paint the back of the nail yellow, your liquid inside will all be yellow. Whereas this, we will have a moving yellow area. So you won't get that if you paint the back of the nail. Does that make sense? Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. I'm actually going to leave. So say you're doing a nail that looks like a potion ball, for example. You want that liquid to move. You want to leave a hole. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to fill the rest up with baby oil. Now you don't have to do this. You can have a whole solid nail there if you want. And depending on how much oil you use will affect whether it looks like a lava lamp or not. Now I don't really want the lava lamp effect. I just want a negative space of liquid and a colour space of liquid. So I'm just going to go in with my mermaid mops. To be fair, I didn't really make much mess then at all, which is perfect. So now we're going to take... Oh, I didn't test the tank. Oh, no. Oh, well, we're not leaking it. It's fine. So you can either go on the laminate sheet with this, or you can just go directly onto the nail. But because I actually want to wear these, I want to be a bit more precise. So I am going to go on the sheet. If it was just a nail for content and it didn't matter how high the gel came up, I would squeeze it on. But yeah, I do want to be a little bit more precise. So I'm going to squeeze a blob onto my mat. And then I'm going to go in with my gel glide brush, and I'm just going to scoop that up like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on one side first. I like to start with the left, and I'm swiping to me, and then I'm pulling that gel around to the other side. Now if you get a really nice pull like that, just cure it, okay? Don't worry about messing around, because we can always do it twice like that. That was perfection. Sometimes you'll get it in one swoop, which is amazing. But like I said, if you get half a swoop and it's that smooth, just cure it. Also, the good thing about having a little hole means we can actually fill it up a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip my air bubble to that hole like that, so the air can actually release. Like that. I'm going to clean up this area. Oh my god, don't that look like an earwax bed? Ew! Okay, I'm going to do the same again with my Seal It gel. I'm just going to take a smaller bead this time. And I'm going to scoop that up. And we're going to work on closing that hole. Now, as you can see, it was a bit wet at the back, which is annoying. And we're going to close that hole off like that. Making sure it's touching the back, the front, and this corner here. And cure. So I've just gone in my big lamp for a full cure. Now another extra step, if you are again struggling with leaking and stuff, is just take some top coat and just do a nice thin layer on the top. It's just going to fill in any cracks and even come down this back area here. like that. Okay, so here we have our lemonade potion. How freaking cool is that? See that? Because we've got that oil, we can still see the liquid. It's not just one solid nail, which is what you would get if you painted the back of the nail. So fun. I could just stare at these like all day. So there's our lemonade potion. So I'm not going to do any more using the bottles because I want to see how far this is going to go. We did put a little bit in here. So I would say that's probably 3 nails. So we'll count them all up at the end. So I'm just going to pop this in here. Like that. And then you can just go directly in if you feel confident doing it this way. I'm going to do one drip. If you get stuck like that, I don't want to shake, just grab your little mermaid mop. Look how far it goes. That was 1 drop. And if you want to put more in, you can. It will be darker. How gorgeous is that? You see me using a lot of these mermaid mops. Grab some kitchen roll. Okay. We've stained the nail, haven't we? No. So guys, these also are completely washable. So if you get them on your clothes and stuff, don't worry, they will come out. And they are specifically to be used with my solution. So depending on what you're using at home may have a different effect. So I'm just focusing on this area where the gel. As soon as you hit that oil, then you're doomed because you're kind of dragging it back. Okay. Seal it gel. So I'm gonna do all. Oh, got a big swipe on this one. And if my air bubble's too big, no, it'd be fine actually. It'd be fine for this effect. See that? We did that one in one swipe. Winning! You'll get the hang of that. And my top coat security. A nice thin layer. And cure. So this one is called Honey. And it's a really pale orange. Again, if you want it darker, you can just add more, but I think that's enough, especially for like the perfect shade of honey. So we're going to count these as we go so we can see how much of the Ocean Drop solution we use from the bottle. So that's 2 so far. Okay, so up next we have another orange, but this one is slightly darker. Now this one is also a deeper orange, so even if you kept adding more drops to the previous lighter orange, you're not going to get the same color as this one. This one is called Fire Resistance. You may recognize the picture on the front from a famous game. Let me know in the comments if you do. So if you do decide to add more color because you want a darker shade, I would definitely say add as you go. So start off with a small amount and keep adding to it. It's a lot easier than making it too dark to start with and then having to lighten it, which I will show you, and is doable, but it's just much easier to add as you go. So I'm just going to add a little bit more oil to that nail before I come in and cap it. Also, even though there are only 18 shades, these are completely mixable, meaning you can create endless colors, especially if you play around with the white bottle as well, because you can get milky colors. So I feel like this is the only colors you're ever going to need. And because you use so much little, you'll probably never have to buy this collection again. How gorgeous is that? Ugh. Right, I'm going to go ahead and swatch all 18. I just wanted to show you something. If you feel like your colour has just gone too dark and you want to lighten it up, just remove some of that liquid. Ah! Oh my god. Thank God for these splash pads. Okay. We're really putting these to the test. So I will prove to you at the end that these are fully waterproof as well and colourproof. So yeah, if you think you've put too much in and you want to lighten it, just pour some out and fill it back up. Okay, so left we have black and our white. Guys, if this has been triggering you, I'm really sorry, okay? I was thinking about it throughout, like when I was looking at the camera thinking, oh my god, it looks so messy. But I really just want to show you how good the mats are, so I have left it. I just wanted to show you this tank as well. Can you see the little wiggly lines on? So that is where I have not cured it fully, as you can see, and it kind of creates this creasing effect. So what I did is I popped it back in for a full cure, and it's absolutely fine because you're not going to see the back. Well, I don't know. We'll have a look in a minute at the front. But it's fine for this, you know, this isn't for a client or anything. But when you turn it around, you can't really see it through the main part anyway. And I do plan on painting the edges. So this is our black one. This is so cool. I am going to show you a couple other things in a minute. So do stay tuned. Really, really interesting stuff. Which I didn't even know would work with my solution. So yeah. This is our black. The lighter you do this one, you've pretty much got grey as well. But how incredible is that? I'm picturing like venom nails or something like that. It's going to be so cool. Now, the reason I'm adding baby oil, you don't have to add baby oil, by the way. You can literally leave just an air bubble if you want to see that liquid moving. It almost looks like there's more going on with a pinch of baby oil, you know. So yeah, I just like it. I think it's really cool. All right, let's cap this one, and then we will do the white one. That ocean drop solution is going a long way, guys. Considering we have done, what are we on, number 17, and these are long nails. So it's very rare you're going to just need the solution for just 17 long ones in a row. And a little bit of top coat just to secure that back. I'm going to go all the way over this one, and you'll see how those wiggly lines will disappear. As the gel self-levels, they're going to go. So there you go. That is how you fix it if you have those wiggles. This order is annoying me. I'm going to actually move this one to here because I feel like it's more of a turquoisey green. When you're doing like colours in order, it's so annoying because the green would probably look better there, but then they wouldn't be next to the blue, and it's like, ugh. I think I'm going to change the colour of this one slightly as well, but what a good match all the rest are. This is almost perfect. I just think it needs to be a little bit more turquoisey. But it's always hard to tell until it's printed. See how cool that is? Now, if we had just painted the back of the nail, you're not going to see any of that clear liquid. So cool. Okay, so last but not least, we have our milk drops. Now, this one is interesting. I'm going to show you it the same way I did these first, but then I'm going to show you what else you can do with it, because this is pretty versatile. So I'm going to show you it with the Ocean Drop solution first. And I'm going to show you, move all this out of the way. Okay, so this is it just on its own. It wants to come out. So cool, this one. It's so different to the rest because it's not a transparent color. It's a solid color. And this just wouldn't work if it was transparent. It would pretty much just be like a really pale gray. But look how cool that is. It really does give that kind of milk effect. And you can make this even whiter if you like. You've seen me throughout that video adding more pigment if I wanted to. The colors will get more pigmented, or if you want them to be more see-through, you can just add less. How cool is that? I need somebody to do those old milk bottles we had as kids, because that's literally what it's given. Now, look, it just looks like milk. Now, we're going to add in our oil. Oh, why did I do too much? Sorry, guys, I was staring at the camera then. Checking my focus. Just take some of that away. These splash mats as well, like if you just want to rip a little corner off so you're not wasting them, they're really good for like soaking up the product. Right, let me grab a mermaid mop. And I'm just trying to focus on that top part where the gel is going to be sticking. I don't want this to touch the gel because it's going to pull it up as it absorbs it. Right, let's cap that. It's really warm in my cabin, so you may have noticed the gel getting slightly more runnier throughout the nails. Not enough to actually run, but it is getting runnier, so I am having to like speed up this part. So depending on your temperature, that will always affect your gel products anyway, as you know. If you're finding a product's too hard, you can warm it up, and vice versa. A little bit of top coat. So there we have our milk drops. Again, you don't have to add the oil, but I just like the effect of different liquids in there. It just shows it more. Like that. So what I'm going to show you now is what else you can do with the white. So for my next nail, I'm going to actually do it the other way around with the whole this end. And when you're doing the one tip method, play around with both. There is perks to both. So one of the perks to doing it the way I did it, where I capped the bottom first, is you can have all that filed and ready, and all you have to do is cap the back. And because that doesn't need any filing or buffing, your nail is literally good to go. So that is definitely a perk about doing this end first. one of the cons I would say is it's harder to actually cap this end than this end. But once you get the hang of it, it is really easy. So, so yeah, I would definitely say play around with both. I do have a tutorial on both on my YouTube, so check that out if you're not sure how to do that. So this one, as you can see, I've left the hole this end and I've pre-capped the top. So this is probably going to need filing and buffing after, you know, so that's a bit of a pain, but that side's done. So yeah, try both. Okay, so I'm going to show you something totally different with this one. So I'm going to take one of my little squeezy balls again, get the lid off, and what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze in some of the milk drops. If you guys love this, okay, let me know, and I might bring out bigger bottles of the white because I feel like the white is what we're gonna need more. So let's do, what should we do? Let's do pink, extract of llama. So you probably noticed me using this spatula for putting the ink on. I would definitely say use this if you want to get a more precise amount of color rather than squeezing the drop straight into the nail. But, you know, play around again. So we're going to create this really cool pinky, like, it's like a milkshake color. I think I need a little bit more. I love experimenting. I'm going to add a little bit more onto there. It's like when you're cooking, I guess, you always add less. Because if we add too much, we have to put more of the other product in, and then we have a lot of waste. That's pretty cool. I want to go pinker. I want to go even pinker. So when you're adding it to the white, there we go. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to mix that up. You can do this in a little dapping dish if you find it easier. I'm going to add a little bit of our Ocean Drops solution. And I usually do about 50-50. Does depend on the colour because of the pigments. I'm going to mix that up like that. Mix it really, really, really well. And we're going to pop on our lid. That colour. How pretty that is. So cool. I just don't really want an air bubble for this now, so I'm trying to fill it a bit more. I'll go back in with my milkshake mix. And I'm just filling that up. I'm leaving enough space for the gel to go in. So let's take some gel. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna ever so slightly. And then I like to kind of swipe from the back so I know that's connected. And then push down. You do also get one of these lamps in the Glitter Aquarium Aqua kit. You get a pink one, actually. It's really pretty. So just in case you are a newbie, you know, and you don't even have a lamp yet, get everything. Right, I'm just going to test that. I'm going to give it a little squeeze. That looks good. Right, let's check this out. Guys, we've got lava nails. Let's shake it. Look at that. I probably put too much lava in. But it's okay. It's still friggin' awesome. I like it with the little bubbles. How cool is that? This is awesome. I never really see this effect. Yeah, I definitely put too much in. But I just wanted to show you what else you could do with it. So play around with that. Play around with the white one, add the colours. Put your baby oil in first. I think I've made it too foamy because I've shook it too much. Let me let that settle. But yeah, have fun. Fun with that. It's really cool. I want to do all the colours now, milkshake style. And also, if you didn't even want the lava-y effect, I've shook mine too much, so I've kind of created a sort of a smushy blend. But if you didn't want to even do the lava effect, you can just forget the baby oil. And if you just look at the bottom part, you can just add your white to a colour and fill the rest with the ocean drop solution. And you'll get a milky nail. So you've got two totally different styles going on. Okay, so for our last nail, what we're actually going to do is we're going to add some glitter in with our inks. So we're going to do what we normally do when we do aqua glitter nails. We're going to fill the tank. We're going to add our glitter. I'm going to do this with sea lemon. This is part of my sea salt glitter range. I also have the deep sea diamond collection range, which is totally different. And we just launched our color changing glitters as well. And I do have a swatch video of those, so be sure to check that out. They're amazing. Okay, so we're going to add our glitter. And as always, we fill the tank first with the liquid. Then we add the glitter, and the reason we do that is so that the glitter fully submerges. Need a bit more liquid. Easier if you've got your liquid higher when you do this, because you can just stir it easier. Okay, so I want you to look at the colour of this nail. How stunning it is. Let that all sink and submerge and let it get fully saturated into the liquid. Because in a minute when we shake it, it's going to swirl. But we have to get every flake kind of coated. And you can do as much glitter or as little glitter as you wish. think that should be enough. Have a little look. I'm going to give it a little shake. Oh, look at that. Look at that whirlpool. Incredible. Okay, so what I want to show you is, I want you to look at the colour. Just do one more for luck. Let me put the lid on that actually. So you've got a stunning palish yellow, I would say, well, like a lemon colour. Like a pale lemony colour. But we want this now to be brighter. So we're going to add our lemonade to our sea lemon. So we're going to squeeze a little bit onto there. Don't know how much I want yet, so I'm just going to put that on and we will see. We're going to come back to our nail and I'm going to pop that in. And what it's going to do is it's going to give us an ultra bright yellow glitter nail. And I don't tend to sell ultra bright coloured nail glitters because they kind of have like, how can I explain it, like a foily feel to them, and they don't tend to swirl around the nail with my Ocean Drop solution so well. I've tried and tested so many, and they're a lot heavier. I don't know why, which is why I'm struggling to get a red at the moment, but I am still testing, so just stay tuned for the red glitter. But for now, you can do this and look at, oh no, we're leaking. Look at the difference. So let me show you the before. It just completely changes that glitter. However, you still get a really, really lovely swirl effect inside. So it doesn't actually disrupt with my solution. Let me just clean up a little bit. So let's cap the end and we'll give it a really good look. I'm not really bothered about the air bubble for this one. I'm just going to go straight over and I'm pushing down. You want it to be about a millimetre. Like that. And we're going to flash cure. And look at the difference. Wow. And you can add any colour glitter to any colour ink and you're going to get so many different effects. How fun is that? So you get your standard coloured aqua nails, 18 colours available. You can also do milk nails. How cool. And you can brighten up any glitter you want. So yeah, these products just work so well together. Okay, so before I show you the table and how clean it is under these mats, we're going to count up how many tanks we made and how much liquid we used. So I'm just going to quickly squeeze all of this. This is the mixture I made from the first nail. So how many nails we got out of this? One. Let me just empty that. If you want to empty nails, guys, just do this. Stick them on some material like this. So that was 1, 2, I'm running out of room on this mat. This is the ultimate test for these mats. It's absolutely saturated. So 3. Come on, out you come. We're dying to clean this table. And this is the last one. 4. Okay, so we got 4 in there. Then we have our glitter one. So that's number 5. We have our milky one. Got glitter everywhere now, we should have done that. We have our milky one, so that is 6. And then we have our 18 colours. So we got 24 large tanks. And look how much solution we used. So bearing in mind, I think this was about there. So these bottles go a very, very, very long way. I love it. Right, we're going to clean up and then we're going to check the desk. To clean my brushes, as always, we are using the Cassie Payne Nail Brush Cleaner. This will not only clean your bristles, it also conditions them. And trust me when I say your brush is left feeling brand new. And you want to do this before you clean up the mat, because these splash mats are just perfect for cleaning your brushes on as well. They literally have so many uses. And I'm just dipping it in my brush cleaner and then I am wiping it on that mat. And trust me, good as new. By the way, little tip for you guys, when you have cleaned your brush, you kind of want to mold it back into the original position. Because if this is going to dry and it's bent or something, that's literally how it's going to be when you next take that lid off. Right, you've seen all the mess that we've made. And you would think this has literally gone through. But look at that. Not even my puppy pads are that good. Yes, my poor little Boris does sometimes have accidents, so we do put down puppy pads, and they're a nightmare. I might as well just put one of these under him. Look at that. How satisfying. I'm sorry. Obsessed. And then if you want to wash your desk, you can just screw it in a bowl on the other side, and got a cloth too. Guys, by the way, I did this box myself, and look at this. It's me! I'm a mermaid in my mermaid layer. How freaking cool is this? So this is available right now, and you've seen all the amazing things it can do. This is all the colours together, as well as our milk nails and our glitter nails. So guys, I hope you loved this video and I hope you enjoy this collection as much as me. Also, don't forget to tag me if you do use my products so I can share all of your work to my stories. Don't forget to like, follow and comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.